Howdy folks, welcome back. We're out here at the shotgun range today doing some test loads with the 20 gauge. We might get to some 12, but here we are roughly 25 yards from our little testing target there. We're going to try some number 4 buck and some birdshot loads with various holes. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So if you watched us loading up the various 20 gauge holes, you'll remember most of them weren't that pretty. So we've got some ugly folds coming out and stuff like that, and here's a number 4 coming unfolded, but luckily they're big enough they're not leaking out anywhere. So I've got some different Winchester holes. We've got Federal, Aguila, Fiocchi, and we're just going to give them a try, see if we get any bloopers, see how they pattern. So we're going to go ahead and try the number 4 first, and then we'll move on to our birdshot. So because I'm a professional, I don't have a tripod, we're just sitting you up on the car there. We'll go fire here at 25 yards and see how it looks. Well, our hole looks good. It wasn't a blooper. Let's go check out our quote pattern. Alright, well, at first glance this doesn't look too bad. I might have been holding off to the left, or maybe that's just where it hits. But we've got, looks like maybe 12 of our 15 pellets all within this little area here, and a few flyers up here. But out of 15, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12 of them, probably within 10 inches. So I would say that's a pretty nice tight pattern there for our shell that was coming apart. So that's good to know. I'm going to do the other couple shots, see how dense we can get this out of a 5-shot average, I guess. Well, those all fired perfectly. Even this, what was this, a Remington from a slug we reloaded. So that one worked out well. Let's go see how all 5 of them patterned, I guess. Well, obviously we're not going to be able to tell between the patterns, and it looks like we're hitting a little bit high. However, I would say this is pretty dense for 5 shots at 25 yards. Whatever was in the way here would have definitely been hit. Again, I have no use for this load. I'm just testing things, loading it up. All right, now we're going to try the birdshot, so stick around. So next up, we're going to be testing some of these Aguila holes. And again, same wad, but we're using 7/8 ounces worth of number 7 and 8 shot mixed up together. And these might be bloopers because we had the tapered wads in the straight holes, but let's see what they do. All right, there's our first one. Primer looks nice and rounded. Hole looks just fine, no cracks or splits. And it didn't bloop. Let's go see how it patterned. All right, well, this thing definitely hits a little bit high, but we can see some of the smaller holes here, and then it's way more concentrated up in here. So it looks like we're about a foot high from our point of aim at this distance, but we do have some pretty good concentration of pellets in here. I'm going to hold near the bottom of the target, and we'll see if we can't hit this little shoot and see guy here. Stand by. All right, so we're up here. Here's my point of aim again, and it looks like we're highly concentrated right in here. And that looks like a birdshot load to me. I mean, obviously my backer's only 18, 20 inches wide here, but that would have definitely hit the clay. But again, I don't know why I'm making these shells, or they don't have a purpose, rather. I like making them for fun, but as far as a purpose-built round, I'm literally just testing and seeing what happens. So I'm gonna shoot off the other Aguila shell I have here, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, I took my 3rd shot with an Aguila hole, aiming way down in this corner, and you can see our point of impact right about here. So once I know where to aim, it's definitely patterning pretty well as far as birdshot goes. We got a few on the sticky, but as you can see, yeah, that's almost 2 feet high. Anyways, this is more about the hole testing and seeing what'll fit with the shot columns, whether or not we get bloopers, etc. So we've got a Monarch and some Federals to try and a Challenger as well, so let's get back to that. Alright, so those were the Aguilas. We're going to go with this Monarch, and then what the hell is this, Challenger. And we've got some Fiocchis to try and Federals. I'm not going to worry about checking how they pattern. This is merely a will this hole work kind of a thing, see if we get the bloopers or not. So let's just go ahead and fire some of these off. So you can see this one is way indented there. We didn't have enough wad or enough filler or whatever to make this fit right. So let's see if it'll build enough pressure to not bloop on us and actually fire out of my gun here. It definitely went bang. Rounded primer, hole looks fine. So that's good to know, as long as I can get my shot column fixed. And here's a Challenger. It looks like it was kind of crushed at the bottom. A nice crimp though, but kind of squirrely up at the top there. Let's see if it goes bang. Yes, sir. Yeah, these holes look great. We can reuse these again. How about a couple of Fiocchis? I've actually got 8 of them here. Let's see if any of them unfolded. So far they're all going boom. So that's good. Like this one's all crooked. Let's see if we can get them in here. Yeah, get in there, girl. Yeah, they go bang. I've got a few more here. And this is how, oh, that's a Federal. Whoopsie. Couple more Fiocchis. Yes, I'm just balancing my phone on my MTM box of ammo. Yeah. Got another squirrely looking head there, but let's shove her in. Oh, she's tight. Yeah, so these Fiocchis all fired perfectly. I just need to adjust my amount of shot to get the proper fill, or try a different wad. There is another Claybuster option for 20 gauge, but we'll see what happens. So that was our Fiocchis. I've got a bunch of Federals here. 7 of them. And I really hope these actually work because I have the most of these. But as you can see, currently they're not crimping too well, so I'm going to have to either add more shot or change my wads. So let's see if they go bang or not. Here's a one. Well, that was 100% on the Federals. So yeah, once again, as long as I can get my shot column to work out, all these holes seem to have worked with the other wads that they're not supposed to work with. So that's good news. And that's going to wrap it up for 20 gauge field day so far. And yeah, all these holes are totally reusable. No signs of pressure. And I'm pretty satisfied here. So here were all those shots, probably 15 of them. There's my point of aim. You can see some of them are hitting right about there. Got a couple wads stuck in there too. Nice. And yeah, it's starting to rain, but very nice there on the 20 gauge. Good to know those holes work. All I have to do is adjust my shot column to get a better crimp on those. So thanks for hanging out. We will see you guys in the next episode here. Have a good one.